Hey guys, what's up? It's Danny coming at you on Sunday. And because I suck, I've been away for the last 2 weeks, I think. Yeah, because I missed two topics, and then I'll do the one for this week today. So, I'm going to talk to you first about long distance relationships, which is what I have the least to say about, considering I've never really been in one. I'm going to talk to you about general acceptance in the area where I live, and then I'm going to talk to you about random fun shit about myself. Uh, so, on the topic of long distance relationships, the closest I have ever come to one is when my girlfriend and I had first started dating, and this was probably like one of the toughest parts of our relationship because we hadn't developed a trust with each other yet. So I was crashing at my parents' house in a suburb when I was between apartments, and she was also between living situations, crashing with her mom like 45 minutes away. And we couldn't be together all the time, and we were both just constantly worrying about what the other one was doing, and it was causing a lot of anxiety for both of us. And the same thing happened when she went on vacation in California, and she was a couple thousand miles away, and we just we weren't at the point where we had the kind of trust established where that was okay. And so if you are in a long distance relationship, I mean, trust is always really important in relationships, but especially when you have that kind of distance, it's just really, really important to have that understanding where you need to put your anxieties aside and just kind of keep in mind that your love for each other should theoretically be greater than your insecurities and your anxiety about cheating or money or whatever the case may be in your specific case. Uh, that's really all I have to say about long distance. Uh, Acceptance in my general area. I live in a more liberal city, but because I go to college and a lot of these people have come from more conservative areas, like western Kansas or other areas in the Midwest, attitudes can be pretty mixed. Frat guys at the gym. Really fucking hate frat guys at the gym because they just kind of stare at you like, what are you? And I'm like, I'm doing my reps and I'm so strong and I'm just like you. And they're all like, no, you're a chick. What the fuck? Why are you lifting? And it's just really, really, really upsetting and really confusing, honestly. Uh, as for normal people, like, I feel like I either get misgendered a lot just because I'm pre-op, or I get "what are you" a lot from people, uh, which is again really really frustrating. But I mean, what else can you do? In Lawrence, overall acceptance of LGBT people is really really high. We don't when my girlfriend and I go out somewhere together, we don't get as many stares in Lawrence as we do in other parts of the area. So, but I mean, really, with negative attitudes and stuff, the best that you can do is just be confident. Like, I mean, if you're trans and you go up to somebody and you introduce yourself and you're like, my name is James, instead of being like, my name is James, kind of, if you're just secure about it and you're like, yeah, I'm a dude, then people are just gonna kind of flow with it a little bit if they're cool. If not, well, if not, then you've got some problems. But if you're confident about it, at first people kind of be like, what? But then they'll kind of be like, whatever. If they're like, what? And you're like, what? No big deal. And the same thing if you're gay. If somebody asks you about who you're dating and you're a guy and you're like, oh yeah, my boyfriend, and they're like, what? And you're like, what? And you just kind of brush it off like it's not a big deal. And you just don't draw attention to yourself that way, and don't act like it's a big thing that separates you from other people, then you will generally be more accepted no matter where you are. Confidence is key. And that's actually a lot of my issue with stuff surrounding the gay marriage debate. I feel like we can't campaign for equal rights until we act like we're equal. So whether that means like going around and separating us by saying like gay marriage. Like, I mean, it's marriage. It's fucking marriage equality. It's not just gay marriage versus like straight marriage, you know, like it's all marriage. So if we like generally I'm usually anti-conformist, but you can't really ask to be accepted and you can't ask to be treated with equality in any situation until you act equal, you know? Like, that's just too much to ask from humanity and from society, and it blows, but that's just the way that it is. Random facts about myself, fun stuff. I love cats. Like this one here. Turn around, kitty. Kitty, look, 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 look. Oh, look over here. Oh my god. This is my girlfriend's cat. And she really loves her daddy. And she also really loves her mama. And, yeah, just cats in general are pretty fucking sweet. Also, part of why I've been so busy and part of why I've been away is rugby started 2 weeks ago, which is awesome. It's a lot more hardcore than a lot of the other sports. Like football and stuff, you have protective gear. In rugby, the only protective gear that you have is your mouth guard. So that's why I have bigger teammates to protect me. And thanks, Miss Kitty, for knocking my camera off. She's rubbing her face on, like, the edge of my computer. And, I mean, that's just what she does. You can get right. About transgender athletes, which is something that I do want to address another time. But, it's definitely, like, I mean, I have a male identity, but my body is better suited to play women's sports. Therefore, I play for a women's rugby team. So, all my other teammates are girls, and, like, when we cheer each other on, they're like, get it, girl, and I'm like, no, that's wrong. So, I'll probably make another video about that eventually, probably on my personal channel, or I'll make a post about it on my Tumblr or something. But, I'm sorry I've been away. I'm sorry I suck. And, the link to my Tumblr is going to be down here in the bottom, as usual. And I hope everybody has a good week, and I'm sure you're all back in school, so, because I am, so have a good, like, second, third week back at school, and I will see you next week. Bye.